get to the next level of success in private practice. Orientation is alive and well for students in the next coming weeks. So this is the Back to School series in tips and tricks in private practice. I'm Francisca X, and I'm the owner of Francisca Consulting and Counseling. Now is that time that's filled with excitement for the new, as well as perhaps some trepidation for things that are unknown. Much like students, you have the opportunity to orient to the basics in business. Whether you're just getting started or if you've already launched and you want to grow, perhaps market a new program, rookie mistakes are bound to happen, especially if there's that lack of direction, if things are being piecemealed, or if you just pulled things together in the past, and if there wasn't a framework that you used and worked with. Let's change that by using the confidence model to shift, transform, and build a foundation with clarity, competence, and of course, confidence. So let me break this down. Confidence is to trust in oneself. That's what it means. So how do you trust yourself as a business owner? That's what we're going to be focusing on today. There are 3 phases, the 3 O's to success to unlock confidence. We've got Orient, ownership, and openness. One of the most common mistakes that I have seen made by budding entrepreneurs is thinking too small. Running a private practice requires you to expand your knowledge base to incorporate business approaches as well as your mindset. So you're a trained therapist, but what about being trained as a business owner? I know it didn't happen in school, so let's orient to your why, your passions, your ideal client, and acknowledge that, yes, in fact, you have chosen to step into that growth zone of business ownership, entrepreneurship. So how does it feel to connect with these basics? Now, ownership is the next phase where one challenges oneself to not only think about what needs to happen or what they need to do or learn, it's also important to integrate and bring along what you already know. The focus here is truly about embodying and working from a place of holding the both and what I know and what I'm also here to learn about. This is so important. Why do you ask? Well, when there's struggle, we all will default into that negative bias that we have toward ourselves. You know it well, that not enough speak, that we're even silly for thinking about starting or growing something new. We could actually do something like this, like private practice. You ever have that thought like, really, me? I don't know. What are the chances? They are actually really high to be successful. So you can see ownership, this ownership phase it's actually challenging, and it's also truly important. It requires you to expand, to tolerate the distress of what I don't know. I don't even know, what I don't know, my fears, my doubts, while you're embracing what you already do know. Business ownership is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Okay, so let's move to the last phase, openness. Once you've oriented and now you really challenge yourself to truly take ownership of that whole picture, what you're passionate about, what you need to learn, what freaks you out, all those things, now that's all put together. And from this place, that's when you take motion forward and just watch how the doors open. There's a lot of more flow. You're in that open state because you've actually navigated that not enough speak, as well as taking more embodiment and ownership of what you're really good at. So orient, ownership, and openness. Those are the O's to success. Now you're probably thinking, Francisca, how does that really help me set up and market? Well, when creating a new relationship, developmentally, we start with ourselves, believe it or not, and then we slowly branch out and we engage with our environment. So you can see getting very clear and orienting to your talents, to your skills, and to your growth areas as it relates to private practice, you will be resourced and will have a better sense of direction with what you're going to need to do. If this is something that you're actually waking up to, meaning you're becoming more and more aware of this, truly wanting to take ownership of your business owner identity, then this is where to begin. The confidence model. The 3 O's will lead the way and keep you resourced to then learn and attend to the things that you need to attend to. So that's it for today, folks. I have to say, I do have something in store that might be of interest. It's my free webinar, Skip Rookie Mistakes in Private Practice. I'd love to see you there because we will dive into identity development, business planning, and focus on the actual implementation of it all. How to implement with everything that you're already doing in life. That is definitely a hurdle that gets a lot of people. So, is it time for you to go back to school? If you're wanting how to support your business owner identity, save your spot at my webinar. Your future self will thank you. Until the next time, be well.